All right, guys, welcome back to another real versus fake. As I always say, time is of the essence. I'll get as detailed as possible as I can. Within the short amount of time I have to do this, so let's do it anyway. We got the 2025 Shatter Backboards. Yes, they're sitting and so forth, but you know, what are they retail? 190, 185, something like that. Comes around $200. Yes, even if you don't believe what I'm about to tell you, I assure you, people will buy the rep for 135, 140, 120. They'll save the $70. Trust me, this is real out here. And they've been doing it like that for a real long time. So I don't want to hear this, oh, but the pairs are sitting. Why are they buying the rep? It's pretty obvious. They're saving $50 to $75. So let's keep it moving. Let's go with the boxes real quick here. They're near identical. Authentic, the black's a little bit darker with a little more gloss on the Nike and the Swoosh, as you can see compared to the authentic. And we're just going to finish off real quick with this. UPC here on the authentic ends in 1.5 for size 12. And on the rep, it actually ends in 1.4. So that isn't correct. I haven't scanned that. I have no idea what will pop up if that gets scanned. So we'll see where it goes from there. Let's get to the shoes here now. That's what we're here for. This is the meat and potatoes. We got the authentic to the right, rep to the left, rep to the left. We got a darker orange. And I'm pretty sure somebody's going to comment, oh, that's how the earlier retro, the retro before these that released it. Yeah, the rep is more closer to the OG pair that released and all that back when. I get it. Cool. That's all cute and stuff, but we're comparing the 2025s. And as you can tell, colors are very close, but the orange on the rep is a bit more rich, if you want to say that, to be fair. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Again, here's the authentic on the right. The leather is no joke. I don't know what people were talking about. It's not the same, up to the same standards as its predecessor was. And just being 100 with y'all, man, this leather is super soft, and you got some tumble going on there. Look at that. Super soft, guys. Yeah, I'm not seeing where the quality's complete trash on this pair. It may not be to the level of its predecessor, but it's a lot better than your typical Jordan ones that release, right? So let's have a look here at the rep on the left. Let me take off the internal tissue. I want to see if these leathers are similar in any fashion, right? Let's see here. So having a quick look, here we go. Let me zoom out a little bit more here because we want to get some good looks here. Okay, here we go. So minor difference in the toe box. You see you got like a slanted slope there on the authentic to the right versus the rep on the left. Just a bit more of a rounded slope. Swooshes, again, they're close, but the authentic is a little bit bigger than the rep swoosh. Leather, at least on the side panels, are similar. The authentic's just a little bit softer, to be honest. Okay, so the leather, excuse me, on the rep, it's a little bit more stiff, but nothing crazy overwhelming, but it is a bit more stiff, just not as, right, as soft. You see what I'm doing there? To the right, you see that? This toe box isn't doing that, right? So it's just not as soft, that's all. But here we go. Let's look at the tongues here. And looking at the Nike Air, nearly identical in the color tone. Nearly identical. A little bit more of a flatter color on the authentic here. On the left, on your left, I should say, which is my right hand here. Let's have a look at the medials. Again, authentic on the right, rep on the left. Here we got some nice, I love when they have the threading there showing on the cut off the leather. That's so cool. But again, a little bit of a bigger and darker swoosh on the authentic to the right versus rep to the left. The color white, I should say, on the authentic versus the rep here to the left. It's a little bit more of, it's just not as a vibrant white, right? You can probably see the difference. It's just not as vibrant. Midsoles are close, very, very close. Let's look at the actual Air Jordan Wings logo. Again, very close. Let's see. Smooth on the authentic. Smooth on the rep. It's smooth. A lot of times it's a little bit more of a rougher feeling, but definitely smooth on the rep and the authentic. There we go. Again, you see the minor color tone differences there. But yeah, man, this it's getting scarier and scarier out there, guys. Again, the hourglasses, they're nearly the same. However, we got the rep on the right, authentic to the left. However, you do see some differences with the stitching. Stitching on the authentic here is a little bit of a different scaling than the rep to the right here. But they gotta be honest, this by itself is definitely a problem on a table being sold somewhere. It honestly is. The one difference for sure, though, on these, on the authentic, you see how the cup is here on the collar versus the authentic there. Excuse me, the replication there. You see the difference? So again, it's a scaling issue. The replication is a bit overscaled, but wow, super scary stuff. Let me see what the tongues feel like here. Nearly identical on the rears as well of the tongue. You see the insoles match. Now let me just do this just so we can see the difference of the print quality job. The authentic here, you see it's nice and vibrant. Rep here, it's just not as vibrant per se. Authentic on left, rep on right. See, it's a little bit more flat. It's pretty typical. Pretty typical. Again, nothing new, guys. Nothing new. Let's look at the footbeds. Yep, we got white stitching going on. Again, nearly identical. Let's look at the factory. Authentic. Ooh. I think let's see. The factory here. Hold on a second, guys. The factory is... Can't even read it. It rubbed off. The print job rubbed it off. Let's see. Interesting. J2 factory for these authentics. J2. That's the first time I'm actually seeing that. And the replication shows J2 as well. Dates on the rep, January 8th through February 21st of 25. December 6th through January 7th. On the authentic there. So we got some differences on the dates. And let's go ahead and put these back in. Oh, let's look at the rears real quick. Nope, no dream cell. No dream cell. But the insole, it's like a Jordan 11 insole. But not too bad. These are the additional laces. I don't know if I have those right now on the table for the rep. But again, we're not going to narrow it down to the laces to determine if a shoe's authentic or not at this point. So let's clear it here. And let's see, this time authentic on the right, excuse me, rep on the right, authentic on the left. Close, guys. Again, we got the differences in the toe box. Again, the swoosh, nearly the same size this time around. It's a little, again, like the hook is like a little bit bigger on the authentic here on the left. Again, placement of the wings logo and so forth. It's all a little different because of the scaling of the replica. So this is actually not an easy authentication video. It's not. See the difference in the white from the authentic to the rep. And that's it. Again, just wanted to show, you know what I'm saying, what these actual differences are between them. These ones, again, aside from the leather, so soft on the authentic, but you know, let me know in the comments what else you see. But this is tough. This is really, really tough. Um, you know, this is a shoe I'd be pressed to say. Definitely, if you really want the authentic, of course, just stick to the retail, which they are available in the retail spectrum. The only concerns, is, in my opinion, is going to be the insoles and the build of the shoe of the rep, and that toe box. Definitely different. But with that, guys, do what you want to do with your money. Ain't none of my business. And we're going to keep it at that. We out.